evening, everyone, and welcome into another edition of PGCBL Baseball as the Geneva Red Wings host the Auburn DoubleDays. Geneva coming to this one at 4-13, and the Auburn DoubleDays at 10-10, just above them in the PGCBL standings. Auburn sitting at 5th at 10-10, and the Geneva Red Wings sitting at 6th at 4-13. And so far, the Auburn DoubleDays have been the Red Wings' kryptonite this summer. So far, 0 for 4 against these Auburn DoubleDays are the Geneva Red Wings, as they have lost in each appearance. The first one back on June 2nd, 14-2. DoubleDays win that one. 16-0 back on the 20th of June. In the third meeting, Auburn won 4-0. And in the last meeting at Falcon Park, and the last game for both of these teams, on July 1st, the DoubleDays beat the Red Wings 11-9. A lot closer game there, as it was Drew Munn that got the start. 4.2 innings of work for him, 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 of them earned, and 5 strikeouts. As the Red Wings pitcher tonight will be Colby Mordecki on the mound. And we're about to be underway. It'll be Carson Gross, the shortstop, leading off for the Auburn DoubleDays here, looking for back-to-back wins against the Geneva Red Wings. So Carson Gross will step in, batting out of the left side of the batter's box. And again, you're listening on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. I'm Kyle French, joining you yet again from Historic McDonough Park as Carson Gross steps in. First pitch misses high for a ball. Count is at 1-0 now. Next pitch misses high as well. So 2 balls to the leadoff man, Carson Gross. Colby Mordecki from Poughkeepsie, New York, plays his college baseball in the SUNYX at SUNY Plattsburgh, member of the Plattsburgh State Cardinals. 2-0 pitch. Taken on the outer half of the plate. Counts at 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike. To the leadoff batter, Carson Gross, coming in this game, batting .280 for the Auburn DoubleDays. The 2-1 pitch. That one just misses outside, same spot, as Mordecki falls behind in the count 3-1 to the leadoff batter, Carson Gross. Mordecki, third on this Geneva Red Wings team in ERA, coming in with a 1.58 ERA in 17 innings of work. Has the most innings pitched for the Red Wings, making another start here. The 3-1 delivery, that one misses high. So it's a leadoff walk for Carson Gross. He'll trot down to first base, and that will bring up Christian Malillo.
Next up, Robert.
Malillo coming into this game, batting .347 for the Auburn DoubleDays. From Southwestern University. He's a junior there. And from Houston, Texas. So Christian Malillo steps in, another lefty. So back-to-back lefties for the DoubleDays to lead things off here. Malillo second on this team, on this Auburn DoubleDays team in batting average, with the .348 batting average, sliding back in safely as Gross there was after the pickoff attempt from Mordecki. Another pickoff attempt, and that one's not close. Gross back in safely. That one over the heart of the plate. Count is at 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Carson Gross on first base for the DoubleDays. First time I have seen the Geneva Red Wings in their home white jerseys. Typically wore the red jerseys, but not the case here tonight, as Auburn's wearing the away reds. As that pitch misses closely inside. A lot of break on that pitch. Counts even up at 1. As that's Ethan Swidler behind the dish tonight for the Red Wings. The 1-1 right over the heart of the plate again, as Mordecki gets ahead in the count 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. Another pickoff attempt. That one a lot closer. Gross still slides back in safely. The 1-2 pitch misses high, counts at 2-2. Back on June 29th, Mordecki did get the start against the Auburn DoubleDays in the 4-0 loss. In that game, Mordecki, 6-inning pitch, 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, and 4 strikeouts. Runner goes, that one fouled off into the backstop. So we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. Carson Gross will retreat back to first base for the DoubleDays. And those 2 earned runs against the DoubleDays on the 29th were 2 of the 3 that Mordecki has given up on the summer. Again, so only 3 earned runs and 17 innings of work for Mordecki. So Christian Malilla will step back in. Carson Gross with a healthy lead over at first. That one swung on and fanned out into left field, as that one is going to be caught by the left fielder. So score that one in F7. As that's Brennan Jelpe out there in left field tonight. And that will bring up a familiar face throughout the PGCBL. It's Hazel Martinez, played ball last summer with the Newark Pilots, this summer with the Auburn DoubleDays. That one taken for a strike, counts at 0-1. In the last meeting between these two teams just a few days ago on July 1st, Martinez went 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored, as he's coming into this game with a .318 batting average. Certainly one of the better hitters on this Auburn DoubleDays team. That one swung on and popped foul. Counts at 0-2 now. Carson Gross still on first base over there. Sun starting to set in left field. Great to be back at the ballpark after missing the last few days due to bad weather, as Martinez smokes that one into right field. That one is way back at the track, and the center fielder makes the play. That one kind of died out right near the warning track. So an F8 for Hazel Martinez, as that was Parker Walsh making the play out there in center field, but that one was smoked. Certainly thought that one was going to hit off the 101.7, the wall sign, but tracking it down, Parker Walsh. So 2 gone. And after walking the first batter in the inning, Mordecki looking to get out of this thing. That pitch taken for a strike to Bobby Stang. Bobby Stang has been one of the most clutch guys with runners in scoring position for the Auburn DoubleDays this summer. He has a team leading 21 RBI for them on the summer thus far, batting .348. He is tied for first on the team in batting average. He's played in 18 of their 20 games. So Stang steps back in, runner goes, the pitch outside, the throw down in time. So caught stealing is Christian Gross for the final out of the inning. Bobby Stang will be back up for the top of the first, but will go to the bottom half. It'll be Tyler Cerami leading things off for the Red Wings. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. It's Tyler Cerami leading things off for the Red Wings here in the bottom half of the first. Mordecki, after walking Carson Gross, got 2 straight outs, and then Carson Gross was caught stealing 2-6 on the big cannon there from Ethan Swidler behind the dish. That'll bring up Tyler Cerami for the Red Wings here in the bottom of the first. First pitch to him, taken on the outer half for a strike. Counts at 0-1. Cerami batting .200 on the summer for the Red Wings. The 0-1, that one swung on and hit right back to the pitcher, Huxley Holcomb, who throws on to first. Scored that one, a 1-3 ground out for Cerami to lead things off for the Red Wings. That'll now bring up Brennan Jelpe, who's batting .142 on the summer coming into this game for the Red Wings. As he'll step in to face Huxley Holcomb. First pitch swinging, that one's popped, foul and out of play. Counts at 0-1. Holcomb thus far has a 3.5 ERA in 18 innings of work for the Auburn DoubleDays. He is second on the team in innings pitched, just behind Jake Danieluk, who has 25 innings of work. That one swung to hit back up the middle. It's a 1-out single for Brandon Jelpe, and the Red Wings had the first hit of the ball game. And that will now bring up Brennan Stauble from Franklin Pierce University, from Plainville, Connecticut.
Brendan Stauble.
So Brennan Stauble will step in. Originally a member of the Newark Pilots, ends up over here with the Geneva Red Wings. Stauble batting .233 coming into this game. That pitch taken on the inner half. Count is at 0-1 to Stauble. Stauble's 10 for 43 on the summer with the Red Wings, with 6 RBIs to his credit. That one fished at in the dirt, counts at 0-2. So Huxley Holcomb quickly getting ahead in the count. 0-2. That one misses, counts at 1-2 now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes and 1 out. First action for Huxley Holcomb against the Geneva Red Wings this summer. Stauble steps back in. The 1-2 delivery, that one swung on and missed. So 2 outs now after the strikeout from Brendan Stauble, and that will now bring up Ethan Swidler for the Geneva Red Wings. Swidler batting .346 as he leads the team in batting average.
Ethan Swidler.
So Swidler will step in, the Red Wings team leader in batting average, batting .346 with 2 doubles, 9 hits, 2 home runs, also team leading in the home run categories. Red Wings have 4 total home runs on the summer, and Swidler is responsible for half of those. He's 9 for 26, and this is his 10th game for the Red Wings on the summer. 1.1 OPS. The 1-0 pitch from Holcomb. That one swung on and popped up right side of the infield. That one will kick out of play towards the, will actually smack off the Red Wings clubhouse over there. Counts evened up at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. And Brendan Jelpe's on first base. We'll see if the Red Wings can muster a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the first. Holcomb has a pickoff attempt, just thrown over there to keep Jelpe honest. First base coach, Jackson DeJohn from St. Bonaventure University, giving him the signs. Head coach Dan Munn on third base. Healthy lead for Jelpe over there at first. The pitch, that one bounced low. Jelpe's going to head towards second base, and he's going to slide in safely. So a stolen base for him. Counts at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and two balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Ethan Swidler at the plate. A well-placed ball would likely score Jelpe. That one misses. Counts at 3-1 now. So 3 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. And waiting on deck is Andrew Eppinger. The 3-1. That one swung on and roped into center field. Looks like it'll be a can of corn out there. And it will, as the center fielder, Christian Miller, is underneath it for the play. So score that one in F8 to end the inning. The Red Wings strand one, heading to the top of the second. Bobby Stang will be up, leading things off for the Doubledays. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. We are back here at Historic McDonough Park on this beautiful 4th of July afternoon, celebrating our independence as the United States of America. It'll be Bobby Stang leading things off for the Doubledays here in the top of the second. Stang coming in this one with a .348 batting average and stepping back up to the plate after Carson Gross was caught stealing 2-6 to end the inning. That one swung on and fouled into the net, counts at 0-1, as Bobby Stang will step back in. So no balls, one strike to him to lead off the second inning. And again, as I mentioned, Stang with 21 RBIs for the Doubledays on the summer thus far. He leads their team in RBI by a significant margin, as the next closest is 7 behind. That's Christian Malilla with 14 RBI. That one swung on and missed, strike 3. So in his first at-bat, Bobby Stang goes down for a strikeout, as that will now bring up A.J. Wenrich, the right fielder, batting 200.
Number 3 out of Georgia Southern, right fielder, A.J. Wenrich.
So A.J. Wenrich will step in with one away here in the top of the second. One missed low, but Wenrich went around and already pleading his case. As we've seen Wenrich several times here this summer lose his cool after he gets out. So that one taken for a strike as well. So back-to-back strikes. A.J. Wenrich falls behind the count, 0-2 now. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out as he'll step back in. The 0-2 misses high, counts at 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out as Wenrich will step back in. The 1-2 delivery, that one misses high as well. So the count's evened up at 2 with 1 away here. Top of the second inning. 0-0 your score on Figure Lakes One Radio and the Red Wings YouTube channel. Mordecki coming set. The 2-2 delivery, that one misses high and away. So after 2 straight strikes, 3 straight balls, the count is now full to the second batter of the inning. A.J. Wenrich. The 3-2. That one swung on and fanned into left field. Jelpe coming in. That one is going to be caught out there by Brandon Jelpe in left field. So score that one and F7, and there's 2 away.
From Pittsburgh University, number 16, Garrett Prosper.
That'll now bring up Garrett Prosper for the Doubledays with 2 away. And after walking the leadoff batter, Mordecki has certainly settled in for this Red Wings team. So Garrett Prosper stepping up to the dish now for Auburn. First pitch, misses low, counts it 1-0 to him. Prosper batting .250 coming into this game. 12 for 48 on the summer, 11 runs scored, 11 total RBI, which puts him at 5th on the team in RBI. Doubledays with 5 total home runs on the season, as that one's lined right at the first baseman, Daniel Scalero, right off his glove. So that's the first hit of the ball game for Auburn off the bat of Garrett Prosper. As that will now bring up Benji Rees, the catcher out of Lemoyne College, there in Syracuse University, newly founded Division I program. So Benji Rees steps back in for his first plate appearance in this game. That one taken, heads up play there from Swidler will have Prosper sliding back in safely. Scalero had to retreat to the bag for that one. Imagine if he was already camped out there, that the play would have been a lot closer. So no balls, 1 strike. Prosper with a little bit of a lead. The 0-1. Breaking pitch. Misses, counts at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs in the top of the second. Again, 0-0 your score. Each team with a hit. Prosper on first base for Auburn. The 1-1. Taken over the heart of the plate, counts at 1-2 now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And Mordecki is a strike away from going through 2 scoreless. Mordecki coming set. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. That one's actually going to be fouled into the glove. So we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, as Rees was just able to get the end of the bat on that one. Ethan Swither not able to corral it behind the dish. We'll do the 1-2 again. And here it is. That one swung on and roped, and that one will find the gap between third and short. It's a 2-out single for Benji Rees, and the Doubledays have back-to-back hits now in the top of the second inning. So Rees on first and Prosper on second, as that will now bring up James Mason from Clarkson University. The technical leader in batting average at .385 on the summer for Auburn, but he's only played in 5 games. This will be his 6th game. So if it were time for the All-Stars, it wouldn't qualify him for the team leader in batting average because he hasn't met the game requirement. But nonetheless, .385, significant batting average for him. 5 for 13 on the summer with 2 walks. Steps back in. That one swung on and popped up. Right side of the infield. Scalero underneath it. Makes the play. Score that one a P3. Mordecki gives up back-to-back hits. But the Red Wings get out of the inning. Another scoreless inning for Mordecki. Heading to the bottom of the second. Red Wings up to bat. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. It'll be Andrew Eppinger leading things off for the Geneva Red Wings here in the bottom of the second inning, batting still without a hit on the summer for Eppinger. Eppinger has only appeared in one game, and he has 1 for 1 on the summer. So small sample size. We'll see what he can do for the Red Wings as I am joined here in the broadcast booth by Alex Deutsch. Nice to have you, Alex.
Nice to be here.
I thought you were wearing number 6 for a second, so I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Alex, but that's someone else that was wearing number 6, so that's my mistake.
Yeah, no worries. It's the other kid doing the gun right now.
So 2 balls, 1 strike to Andrew Eppinger, and Alex, rough outing the other night, I will say, but up until that point, you had been lights out all summer. After an outing like that, I mean, I'm not saying you didn't do awfully. I'm trying to find the best way to say this. But like, how do you mentally prepare yourself for the next game? Obviously, not all starts are going to be equal. You know what I mean? But how do you mentally prepare yourself for the next time out there?
I mean, you kind of have to go about it the same way. You try to figure out what went wrong, what you did well, what you didn't do well. Spend the next week working on, improving what you didn't do well. But you can't really be results driven, especially in baseball. You got to be process driven. If you're going out there only worried about how you're doing on the field, you're always going to mess up. So you really can't put too much into the actual performance because it's so variable in baseball. You can let up 5 blue hits and suddenly you've let up 3 runs. You know what I mean?
And honestly, only had given up 2 runs, and then the bases were loaded. You came out of the game, and those weren't really on you. As Eppinger hits that one out of the outfield, it's going to be a leadoff double for Andrew Eppinger. And just like that, the Red Wings have a leadoff base runner looking to strike first. As that will now bring up Ricardo Reyna, the second baseman, batting .307. Like I was saying, only had given up 2 runs before you actually came out of the game. The bases were loaded, and then Giorgetti had come on for you. Unfortunate break there as a couple of those runs scored, so they count towards your total. So, but it's just weird how that game went because it was 2-0 for the majority of that game, and then right about the 5th inning comes around, and then all of a sudden Newark just tallied on what seemed like 12 runs, 11 runs, or something like that.
Yeah, that game broke open there in the 5th. I did what I could. They're a really good team. They can hit really well.
Record is very deceiving for that team.
No,
I know I've mentioned the stat a lot, but 13 of those 15 losses for Newark by 3 runs or less.
Yeah, and they play Auburn really well. They're a really good team.
They're 3-1 against Auburn on the summer as well.
And baseball is momentum driven, as you know. Once it starts raining, it starts boring.
100%. So, I just wanted to see what it's like from a pitcher's perspective, because pitching is one of the weirdest aspects of the game. Unless you're like a two-way like Shohei Ohtani or like those what's the name of the Florida kid? I can't even think of his name at the moment. Caglione. You play almost once a week, maybe twice if you have that kind of longevity, but it's like it's all mentally preparing yourself for your next outing.
Of course. There's a lot of preparation you have to do to get ready for it.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ricardo Reyna. Andrew Eppinger led the inning off with a double. Sits on second base. The 1-2 delivery from Holcomb. That one misses high. Counts at 2-2.
Good leave there from Ricky.
So you guys will get another crack at Newark tomorrow. Yep, 2 games. That one will be a double header. First game at 5:05 there at Colburn Park. So chance to even the score.
Yep. I'm throwing one of those games, I believe. So I get another chance at them too.
So there you go. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one swung on and smoked out into left field. Can of corn on that one as the left fielder underneath it makes the grab.
We've been doing that a lot this summer. We hit so many hard line drives right at
as that's James Mason out there in left field.
Quincy, Massachusetts, number 30, Daniel Scalaro.
That will now bring up Daniel Scalaro, who's playing first base for these Red Wings tonight. He'll step in. Batting 166 on the summer. As he steps in to face Huxley Holcomb. Again, Eppinger sits on second base. Curveball drops in for a first pitch strike. Counts at 0-1 now. So no balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. As we are in the bottom of the second inning, 0-0 your score. We're even across the board. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for both teams. That one swung on a miss. Big cut there from Daniel Scalero. Counts it 0-2.
Just under it there.
So what's it like finally being back at the field after a couple of cancellations? I mean, we were just kind of hoping and praying we were going to get one game in this week.
Right? I know. I mean, we made it all the way down to Elmira yesterday as well. Had some fun
And
there.
they canceled that one, or did
Yeah, no, we were there. I think we got there around 5:30. They canceled around 7:30, I think. We
insane?
were hanging out. The field got really wet, so we were having fun. A few of our players, Parker Walsh and Vinny. Kid hitting right now, actually. Him and Vinny were diving into the pools on the infield. It was a lot of fun.
So Parker Walsh steps in with 2 away here in the bottom of the second. That one swung on and missed. Counts at 0-1. Walsh batting 193 coming into this game. And amazing how that works. How we drive all the way down there to Elmira and they cancel the game. But if that were them coming to us, they would throw a fit.
Yeah, for sure.
So no balls, 1 strike. As the batter called time before the pitch.
Pitcher's looking pretty good so far today. Both pitchers are.
Huxley Holcomb with a 3.58 ERA coming into this one for Auburn. Been solid for them. Second on the team in innings pitched behind Jake Danieluk at 25. Funny story about Jake Danieluk. I actually know him very well from Oswego State.
Do you?
College buddies, yep.
That's awesome.
He was actually just named the Week 5 Eastern Division pitcher for the DoubleDays.
He faced us, didn't he?
I believe so. That one swung on and missed as Walsh falls behind the count 1-2. And the Red Wings in danger of stranding Eppinger after that leadoff double. Just looking to put a ball in play here. Walsh steps back in. The 1-2, that one misses low. Curveball dropped out of the zone. Counts at 2-2, and that one broke at the last second.
That's a really good
I can
lead.
tell you what, if I was at the plate, I definitely would have been fishing for that one.
If I was on the mound, I'm hoping that hitter swings there.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Parker Walsh steps back in. The 2-2. That one swung on and fouled off. The catcher, Benji Reese, behind the dish. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Reese college teammates with Wyatt Patchett of the Geneva Red Wings.
Our very own hometown hero, who's actually throwing in the pen right now.
Oh, interesting. Maybe we could see Mr. Patchett come on and get some innings.
He very well may.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Holcomb coming set. The 2-2 delivery. Misses inside. So the count's now full 3-2. And waiting on deck is the extra hitter, John Aller.
Parker's having a really good AB right here.
Anytime you can get their starter to throw, 7, 8 pitches in an at-bat, it's a great at-bat.
For sure. Especially you're on the mound saying, how do I get this guy out?
The 3-2, that one misses outside. So after being down the count 0-2, Parker Walsh fights back and draws a walk. As that will now bring up John Aller. Aller batting 0-47 on the summer and looking to change his fortune. And what better time to do it with runners on first and second?
Exactly.
As the saying goes, better late than never.
For sure.
Every day is a new day. John Aller steps in, runners on first and second. That one, curveball, drops in for a strike, counts at 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Single here would likely score Eppinger at second. The 0-1 fastball misses outside. Not sure if that was by design.
Might have just slipped off a little bit. It is pretty hot out there.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Yeah, you mentioned heat, as I'm breaking out like crazy from this heat. I do not do well in the heat.
No, I don't either. I much prefer the 70.
I think it might be the red hair for us.
Maybe.
As the 1-1 pitch is dropped in at the letters. Holcomb gets ahead in the count now, 1-2. So Aller steps back in. The 1-2 delivery from Holcomb. Swung on and missed at the high fastball for the final out. So the Red Wings strand 2 more, heading to the top of the third, 0-0 your score. From Historic McDonough Park, I'm Kyle French. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. As we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel, I'm Kyle French. It'll be Riley Brody leading things off for the Auburn DoubleDays here in the top of the third innings. 0-0 your score. Pitching change for the Red Wings is it's Wyatt Patchett from Geneva, New York. They call him the hometown hero on to pitch. As he's throwing, we have a radar gun behind home plate here. He's throwing about 93 miles an hour, 94. Heard he only threw 2/3 of an inning at Lemoyne College, the Division I program out of Syracuse, New York. First pitch misses for a ball, counts at 1-0. The 1-0, that one swung on and smoked into right field. That one is gone off the scoreboard. So a home run for Riley Brody, and the DoubleDays strike first. They lead 1-0. So Riley Brody smokes that one, and that one hits off the scoreboard. And just like that, that's the fourth home run for the Auburn DoubleDays here at McDonough Park this summer.
Out of Villanova University, third baseman, number 23, Mike Hooley.
And that will now bring up Mike Hooley for the DoubleDays. First pitch misses for a ball, counts at 1-0, and Riley Brody smoked that one. No doubt about that one, hitting off the top of the scoreboard there in right field. That one swung on and fouled, counts at 1-1 now to Mo Hooley, who's batting .243 coming into this game. That one misses low. Counts at 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. As it's Wyatt Patchett on a relief of Colby Mordecki. The 2-1 misses inside. The count's at 3-1 now. So 3 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. In the top of the third, Auburn striking first on that solo home run from Riley Brody. 1-0 your score now. The 3-1 pitch misses low. So a walk for Michael Hooley, and that'll send things back to the top of the order. That's Carson Gross coming up to the dish now, the shortstop number 5.
Up next, number 5 out of UNC, shortstop Carson Gross.
Walked in his first at-bat and was thrown out 2-6 to end the top half of the first inning.
Check that, top of the order.
First pitch taken for a strike, counts at 0-1. The 0-1 swung on and missed, counts at 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. As Carson Gross will step back in. The 0-2 swung on and fouled into the glove. So strikeout for Carson Gross, and that's Patchett's first strikeout of the summer.
Up next,
His first pitching.
number 12, center fielder Christian Melillo.
That'll now bring up Christian Melillo for the DoubleDays, who flew out to Brandon Jelpe in left field back in his first at-bat in the first inning. So Melillo will step in, the second batter in this lineup. First pitch from Patchett, right over the heart of the plate, counts at 0-1 now. So no balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. The 0-1. That one taken for a strike as well. Count is at 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The 0-2. That one misses outside. Counts at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. As Patchett comes set. The 1-2 delivery. That one misses inside. Counts even up at 2 now. As Michael Hooley sits on first. Two balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 delivery swung on and fouled into the backstop. So we'll do the 2-2 again. The 2-2. That one fanned at and fouled, just protecting the dish. So we'll do the 2-2 for the third time. Christian Melillo staying alive. Also tied with Bobby Stang for the team lead in batting average. That one swung on and missed for the second out of the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Patchett. There's 2 away. That'll bring up Hazel Martinez for the DoubleDays.
Out of Tennessee, number 29, DH, Hazel Martinez.
That one swung on and fouled. Counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs to Hazel Martinez, who will step in. Flew out to center field in his first at-bat in the first inning. That one bouncing the dirt. That one will be a wild pitch as the runner will advance to second base. As that one misses as well. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Wyatt Patchett on the mound for the Red Wings, looking to get out of the inning with only 1 run. That one misses low. Counts at 3-1 now. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs to Hazel Martinez. Who steps back in. Wyatt Patchett coming set. The 3-1 delivery misses low. So a 2-out walk for Hazel Martinez. That'll put runners on first and second for the DoubleDays.
Next up, number 30, the extra hitter out of Georgia.
As that will now bring up Bobby Stang, the extra hitter from Georgia Southern University. As he'll step in. And again, not the guy you want at the dish with runners on base. 21 RBIs, looking to add to that significant total here. First pitch to him. That one swung on him, fouled off. As that one will kick into the stands. Counts at 0-1 now. No balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. As there will now be a mound visit between Ethan Swidler and Wyatt Patchett. The 0-1 taken for a strike. So Wyatt Patchett getting a head in the count now, 0-2.
Let's go, fans. Let's get behind Wyatt.
A strikeout here would technically strike out the side. Patchett coming set. The 0-2 delivery. Swung on a miss, strike 3. So Wyatt Patchett does give up the home run. Auburn takes a 1-0 lead, but comes back, bounces back, and strikes out 3 batters to end the inning. Heading to the bottom of the third. Red Wings up to bat. 1-0 your score. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. So we are back here at Historic McDonough Park. The DoubleDays strike first on the home run that smacked off the scoreboard, courtesy of Riley Brody off Wyatt Patchett. So 1-0 your score, but Patchett bouncing back to finish out the inning with 3 strikeouts. So that'll bring up Cameron Boardman, who's batting 100 on the summer for the Red Wings. He'll step in, the 10-spot hitter. First pitch from Huxley Holcomb. Taken for a strike, counts at 0-1. And so far for Huxley Holcomb, a 26-13 strike to ball ratio. He's been dealing thus far. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, and 3 strikeouts for him thus far. No runs given up. As the 0-1 pitch misses outside. Count is at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs. As Cameron Boardman will step back up to the dish. The pitch, slider, drops out of the zone. Counts at 2-1 now to Cameron Boardman, who's from Bradford, Vermont, and plays his baseball, college baseball, at the University of Hartford. He's a sophomore there. Throws right, but bats out of the left side of the batter's box. 5'10", 165 as Holcomb, the lefty, delivers that one up near the helmet area of Boardman as he falls behind the count, 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, and no out. And waiting on deck is the top of the order and Tyler Cerami. That one misses, so a leadoff walk for Cameron Boardman. And the Red Wings are in business now with the top of the order. It's Tyler Cerami coming up. The designated hitter.
Tyler Cerami.
He's batting 200 coming into this game. He is 0 for 1 of the night thus far, grounded out 1-3 back in the first inning to lead off the game for the Geneva Red Wings. So he'll step in. Bunt attempt, not in time. The throw down to first. They're going to say that the runner is safe. As the throw down appeared to have Cameron Boardman caught in his tracks, but they'll say he's safe. Auburn DoubleDays head coach Ben Julian not happy with the call. Can't say I blame him on there. So we've seen Ben Julian lose his cool a few times here this summer, but rightfully so this time. Another bunt attempt. That one popped straight up and off the backstop. Counts at 0-1. Excuse me, 0-2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. Imagine now the bunt will be off, because if it's fouled off again, it'll be an out. So Cerami steps back in. The 0-2 delivery. That one misses outside. Counts at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. The 1-2. That one misses inside as the catcher, Rees, lost track of the ball. That one will be a pass ball. Advanced on a pass ball for the base runner, Cameron Boardman. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. Tyler Cerami will step back in. Looking to knot this thing at 1. The 2-2 delivery from Huxley Holcomb. Fastball just misses off the outer edge of the plate. Good frame job there by Benji Reese to make it closer than it was. Counts now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the third, 1-0 DoubleDays lead. Tyler Cerami at the dish. The payoff pitch from Huxley Holcomb. Swung on that one, fouled off. So Tyler Cerami will step back in, and another long at-bat for Huxley Holcomb, as this will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Red Wings doing their due diligence, keeping this thing close, as that one is swung on and missed for the first out of the inning, as that will now bring up Brandon Jelpe, the left fielder.
Next up for your Geneva Red Wings, the left fielder out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Number 6, Brandon Jelpe.
So Brandon Jelpe will step in now for the Red Wings. Singled in his first plate appearance and was left on base back in the first inning. So far through 2 1/3 inning, Huxley Holcomb has thrown 50 pitches, 30-20 strike to ball ratio. First pitch swung on and fouled off. Counts at 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Brandon Jelpe at the plate with a chance to tie this game. Cameron Boardman sits on second base. As that one misses. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. As Jelpe steps back in. The 1-1. Fastball misses high and away. It counts now 2-1. And waiting on deck is Brendan Staubley. Jelpe steps back in. The 2-1 delivery, that one swung on and popped foul. Lots of foul balls here tonight. As the count's evened up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Holcomb coming set. Time is called by the batter, Brandon Jelpe. Sun just about near the tree line there in left field here at McDonough Park. As we are finally back for some baseball. That one swung on and hit and fouled off yet again. So another foul ball and another long at bat for the Red Wings, fighting to stay alive here tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out to Brandon Jelpe. Plays his college ball at Baldwin Wallace University. The 2-2 pitch misses inside, so the count's now pushed full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. And Brendan Staubley awaits on deck. Red Wings looking to tie this thing at 1. The payoff pitch from Holcomb. Swung on that one, roped back towards the third baseman, who throws over to first. 5-3 ground out, but that will advance the runner. And with 2 away, that'll bring up Brendan Staubley. So 5-3 ground out for Brandon Jelpe, but it's as successful as a bunt. That will now bring up Brendan Staubley, who so far tonight is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. In their last meeting back on July 1st, Staubley went 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored in that 11-9 defeat against the DoubleDays. First pitch taken for a strike. Counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The 0-1 swung and fouled into the mitt. And after 2 pitches, Staubley's behind the count 0-2. And sitting 90 feet away on third is Cameron Boardman, the tying run. The 0-2 delivery, that one just misses low. Counts at 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0 your score. As the dangerous hitting Ethan Swidler waits on deck. The 1-2, that one swung on and fouled off. Out of play. So we'll do the 1-2 again. Pitch number 62 awaiting from Huxley Holcomb. The 1-2 to Staubley. Swung on and popped up. This one into the right side of the infield. Underneath it is the second baseman who makes the play. That's Riley Brawley. So score that one a P4, and the Red Wings strand another one. Heading to the top of the 4th, 1-0 DoubleDays lead. We'll be right back on Figure Lakes 1 Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. So we're back here, top of the fourth inning, 1-0 your score. Doubledays lead the Red Wings as it's A.J. Wenrich, the right fielder, leading things off for the Auburn Doubledays. First pitch from Nick Pappas on in relief for Wyatt Patchett. So Pappas on to pitch now for the Geneva Red Wings as he's actually first on the team in average at 1.22 ERA. As they're going to say that one hit Wenrich. So hit by pitch to lead off the inning. That'll now bring up Garrett Prosper, who singled for the Doubledays back in the second inning. It was the first hit of the ball game for them. So Prosper will step in back for another summer of baseball here with the Auburn Doubledays. And again, we are in the top of the fourth inning. And you're listening on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Red Wings YouTube channel. That one taken for a strike, counts at 0-1 now. As that one misses, counts at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs. In the top of the fourth inning, 1-0 your score. Sun starting to retreat behind the clouds and tree line there in left field. As Pappas coming set. The 1-1 misses outside. Count is at 2-1 now. Pappas has 7.1 innings pitched thus far for the Red Wings. And again, only 1 earned run given up thus far. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Plays his college ball at UMass Dartmouth as the 2-1 pitch misses. Counts at 3-1 now. Pappas from Carmel, New York. 5'10", 170 righty will come set. Big lead there by the base runner. That one swung and popped up right side of the infield as Scalero's called off by the second baseman, Ricardo Reyna, who makes the play. So P4 for Garrett Prosper. And that will now bring up Benji Rees, the catcher tonight for the Auburn Doubledays. 1 for 1 thus far. Singleton was left on base back in the second. So Benji Rees will step in for his second at-bat of the night. So far, for the Doubledays, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and for the Red Wings, no runs on 2 hits, no errors. That one's going to come inside and drill him. The second hit by pitch for a batter in the inning for the Auburn Doubledays, and they have 2 runners on base now. As that will bring up James Mason, the left fielder, number 9. Mason 0 for 1.
Number 9, James Mason.
Popped up to the first baseman back in the second inning. First pitch of the at-bat misses outside, counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. Doubledays have 2 runners on base as Reese is on first, and sitting on second is A.J. Wenrich. The 1-0 misses outside, counts at 2-0 now. So 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. Here on the 4th of July at beautiful McDonough Park. A little hot and humid, but if we can play baseball, we'll take it. And certainly this week, that has been something that we haven't been able to do due to the weather. That one's popped up left side of the infield, foul territory as the first baseman underneath it. As that one is caught. Third baseman Brendan Staubly over there at third for the out. So score that one a P5, and there are 2 away now. As that will now bring up Riley Brody out of Ithaca College. And Brody gave the Doubledays the lead, and this one back just an inning ago as that home run that he hit smacked off the top of the scoreboard there in right field. 1-0 your score. First pitch to him. That one swung on and hit into the gap in right field. Trotting underneath it is the fielder as Andrew Eppinger makes the play. That one for sure looked like it was going to catch the gap. Eppinger says not so fast. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still 1-0. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. back here at Historic McDonough Park as it's Ethan Swidler leading things off for the Red Wings here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Tonight's catcher for them, first pitch from Huxley Holcomb, back out for another inning of work as that one misses low. Counts at 1-0 so far for Holcomb in 3 innings of work, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, and a 38-25 strike to ball ratio for the big lefty as that one misses outside. Counts at 2-0 now to the leadoff batter, Ethan Swidler, who flew out to center field in his first at bat. And Swidler, a dangerous bat in this Red Wings lineup, is the team's leader in batting average at .346 coming into this game. That one misses outside as well. So 3 straight balls to Swidler. And LJ Wolf was warming up down there in the Red Wings bullpen. Waiting on deck is Andrew Eppinger, the right fielder. Imagine Swidler will have the red light here, the 3-0. That one misses low. So leadoff walk for Ethan Swidler, and that will now bring up Andrew Eppinger, who doubled in his first plate appearance and was stranded on base.
Next up, number 36, out of Grafton, Massachusetts, Andrew Eppinger.
So Eppinger plays his college baseball at New Jersey Institute of Technology. He'll step in, doubled to lead off the second inning. So he'll step back in. That one misses low. Counts at 1-0. So 5 straight balls from Holcomb to lead off the bottom of the fourth as Benji Reese will come out and chat with his pitcher. Again, 1-0 your score. And waiting on deck is the second baseman, Ricardo Reyna. Andrew Eppinger will step back in the bottom of the fourth inning. That one swung on a miss. Big cut there from Eppinger. I was looking to send that one into the gap, but missed. Counts at 1-1, all evened up. That one swung on and hit out into left field as the play is made. Score that one in F6, excuse me, in shallow left field. There's one away.
Baseman out of San Antonio, Texas, Ricardo Reyna.
As that will now bring up Ricardo Reyna from San Antonio, Texas. Reyna will step in. So far, 0 for 1 in the night. Flew out to the left fielder. And his last at bat. First pitch misses inside for a ball. Counts at 1-0. That last pitch was Holcomb's 70th pitch of the night. Imagine they'll have someone warming up soon. As the 1-0 pitch misses outside, counts at 2-0 now. 2 balls, no strikes, in and out. To Ricardo Reyna with 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Swidler had the leadoff walk. That's on first base for the Red Wings. Daniel Scalero waits on deck. That one swung on and popped foul. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 1 strike, in and out. That one fouled off. So the count's even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, in and out to Ricardo Reyna from Vassar College. That one swung on and missed. Holcomb bounces back and strikes out Reyna, and they're 2 away. As that will now bring up Daniel Scalero.
Next up, number 30, the first baseman out of Quincy, Massachusetts, Dan Scalero.
So far, the Red Wings have left 5 runners on base. That one swung on and missed by Scalero. Counts at 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. And waiting on deck is Parker Walsh for the Red Wings. Swidler on first. The 0-1 taken at the knees for a strike. And after walking the first batter of the inning, Huxley Holcomb has been dialed in here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Holcomb's a strike away of getting out of this one. That one misses high. Counts at 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. To the batter at the plate, Daniel Scalera, who's batting 166 on the summer. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Holcomb gets out of the jam. Heading to the top of the 5th inning. 1-0 Doubledays lead. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Red Wings YouTube channel. Back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Red Wings YouTube channel, just taking a quick look at the schedule coming up. It'll be a doubleheader tomorrow as the Newark Pilots will host the Geneva Red Wings. One game, I believe the Red Wings will be the home team in quotations for that game. And the second game, the Pilots will be at home. Then tomorrow they'll be, Thursday they'll be at home against the Batavia Muck Dogs. And then they've got Auburn away on Friday, and then home on Saturday. So that's what the rest of the week's looking like as Michael Hooley steps in, counts at 1-1 to him. And the top of the 5th inning, 1-0 lead for the Auburn Doubledays. That one swung on and hit into shallow right field. As making the play as the right fielder, Andrew Eppinger. And there's one away. As that will now bring up Carson Gross back at the top of the order for Auburn. From the University of North Carolina. Gross walked and was caught stealing 2-6 in the first inning and then struck out swinging in his last at-bat in the third. So 0 for 1, respectively, on the night. First pitch from Pappas. Curveball drops in there for a strike. Counts at 0-1. Good movement on the breaking ball from Pappas. That one misses. Counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. That one just misses off the outer edge of the plate. Counts at 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. So far, pitcher's duel. It's been a pitch by committee for the Red Wings. And the solo show so far for Auburn has been Huxley Holcomb. been really strong for them. 4 innings of work, 2 hits, and 6 strikeouts. That one swung on and hit off Gross's leg in the batter's box. That'll push the count full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pappas coming set. The payoff pitch. That one swung out and hit out into left field. Shallow left field at that. The shortstop underneath it as Cameron Boardman makes a play. Score that one a P6, and there's 2 away. As that will now bring up Christian Malillo, the center fielder.
Number 12, Christian Malillo.
Came in this game batting .348 for Auburn. So far, he's 0 for 2 on the night with a fly out to left and a strikeout swinging in the third, so he'll step in. 0 for 2 in the night thus far. Pappas with the first pitch of the at-bat. Slider hit down the first base line, and that one will just kick foul. Counts at 0-1. Again, 1-0 your score. Sun just about set here. That one misses low. Counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. The 1-1 from Pappas fouled into the mitt and just dropped by Swidler. Counts at 1-2 as the umpire will come out and scrape the ball off and give it back to the pitcher. Kind of a weird sequence of events there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Top of the 5th. 1-0 your score. Awaiting on deck is the dangerous hitting Hazel Martinez for the DoubleDays, who has just entered the transfer portal, I've been informed, just a few days ago. 1-2 pitch misses outside. Counts at 2-2 now. So 2's across the top of the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The 2-2. That one misses, and the count's now pushed full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. With Hazel Martinez waiting on deck. The payoff pitch. That one swung out and smoked into right field. Tracking is Eppinger, who makes the play just near foul territory for the final out. Score that one in F9. Heading to the bottom half of the 5th. DoubleDays still lead this one 1-0. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. as we are back here at Historic McDonough Park. Bottom of the fifth inning, 1-0 your score as the Auburn DoubleDays lead the Geneva Red Wings 1-0. It'll be Parker Walsh leading things off for the Red Wings here in the bottom of the fifth. Walked back in the second inning, so he'll step in. Curveball misses high, counts at 1-0. And a pitching change for the Auburn DoubleDays as it is Christian Bauman on to pitch, number 28 for them. That one bunted down the left side. Great bunt there. That one's thrown away from Walsh. Walsh is going to advance to second base now. So it's a bunt single and advance to second on an E5. And the Geneva Red Wings have a runner on second base to lead off the inning. So a bunt single reached to second on an E5. That'll now bring up John Aller. First pitch missed for a ball, counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, and no outs. To John Aller, struck out swinging back in the second. Second pitch misses for a ball, and the count's at 2-0. And behind him is the 10-spot hitter Cameron Boardman awaiting on deck for the DoubleDays. For the Red Wings. So 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed, counts at 2-1. Aller swinging out of his shoes on that one. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Sitting on second is Parker Walsh, who had that bunt single to lead off the inning. Lights are now flipped on here in the outfield at McDonough Park. The 2-1. That one misses low. Counts at 3-1 now. So 3 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. And now with no outs and runner on second, the Red Wings are back in business as John Aller at the dish. 3-1. That one swung on and popped up behind the plate. Benji Reese will watch that one sail and hit off the top of the roof of the bathroom here at McDonough. So counts now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. John Aller will step back in. Ballman coming set. The payoff pitch. That one misses high. So first 2 runners of the inning for the Red Wings reach base. That will now bring up Cameron Boardman, the 10-spot hitter.
Shortstop, number 1, Cam Boardman.
So Cameron Boardman will have a chance here, and there will be a meeting on the mound. Head coach Ben Julian is going to come out and chat with Christian Bauman, the pitcher for the Auburn DoubleDays. Boardman will be stepping up to the plate and will be at the top of the order, and Tyler Cerami, Brandon Jelpe, and Swidler waiting behind him. So a perfect opportunity for the Red Wings.
These are not this is the which type do you want? Pitching? 1 more page.
So the meeting is adjourned on the mound, as that will now bring up Cameron Boardman, who walked and was left on base back in the 3rd inning. As Boardman will step in for the left side of the batter's box. Sun is all but set here at McDonough. The pitch, swung on and roped. That one's going to get through, and rounding third base and heading home and sliding in safely is Parker Walsh, and this thing's knotted up at 1. An RBI single from Cameron Boardman, and the Red Wings have now tied the game at 1 apiece, and that'll bring up the top of the order. Tyler Cerami stepping up to the plate. Brand new ball game here now, folks. RBI single for Cameron Boardman, and we're tied at 1. So Tyler Cerami coming up to the dish now. As he'll step in, first pitch missed for a ball. Count is at 1-0. And 1-1 your score now. That one taken for a strike. Count is at 1-1 now. Red Wings have runners on second and first. After the RBI single from Cameron Boardman, the 1-1. That one taken on the outer half of the plate. And by outer, I mean outer. As it counts now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. As Cerami steps back in. The 1-2. That one swung out and roped out into left field. Trailing. As that one's going to get down for a hit. Rounding and heading home. And stepping on home plate is John Aller, who will score. Both runners will advance. As that's an RBI single for Tyler Cerami, advancing to second on the throw in. So 2-1 score now for the Red Wings. And that'll now bring up Brandon Jalpe. So Brandon Jalpe stepping up to the plate now, who is 1 for 2 on the night. That one, curveball misses high, and the count's at 1-0. And after back-to-back RBI singles for the Red Wings, they take a 2-1 lead, and they have runners on second and third with no outs. And Brandon Jalpe at the plate, and Stauble, then Swidler waiting on deck. That one swung and fouled off. Counts even up at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two to 1 your score. As Brandon Jalpe steps back in, 1 for 2 on the night thus far. Singled back in the first inning. That one nearly hits him. Counts at 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. I imagine there is some work down there. Someone warming up in the DoubleDays pen. So the 2-1 pitch, that one swung on and fouled off, and the count's even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. In the bottom of the 5th inning, 2 have already come home for the Red Wings in this half inning, looking to extend their lead. As Brandon Jalpe steps back in. The 2-2. That one misses outside and away. Counts now full, and a walk here would walk the bases loaded for Brennan Stauble. As Brandon Jalpe will step back in. The payoff pitch misses inside, so bouncing back in the count is Brandon Jalpe, who works a walk, and that will bring the bases loaded for Brennan Stauble out of Franklin Pierce University. And a chance to blow this thing wide open with 1 swing of the bat. So the fireworks are happening a little early here on the 4th of July, and we'll see if Brennan Stauble can produce some fireworks of his own as he steps in. First pitch misses low in the dirt. Good stop from Benji Reese. Count is at 1-0. Again, nowhere to put Stauble. A walk here would walk in a run. And awaiting on deck is the ever so dangerous hitting, Ethan Swidler. So Stauble will step back in, playing third base tonight for the Red Wings. The 1-0 pitch misses inside, counts at 2-0 now. And Christian Baumann, since coming in, has yet to record an out for the DoubleDays. A 12-9 ball to strike ratio for him thus far. Counts at 2-0 to Brennan Stauble. The 2-0. That one swung on and hit out into right field. Underneath it is the right fielder who makes the grab, and tagging at third base is the runner in the throw in time as Cameron Boardman is out at the plate. So score that one in F9, 9-2 double play. And there are 2 away here, and that will bring up Ethan Swidler with runners on the corners.
Out of San Diego, California, number 32, Ethan Swidler.
So Swidler coming up to the plate now for the Red Wings. First pitch to him, that one popped up right side of the infield. Prosper will watch that one kick out of play. That one taken for a strike, so 2 straight strikes, counts at 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runners on the corners. That one swung on and hit into shallow center field, and that one will get down. It's an RBI single for Ethan Swidler, and the score is now 3-1. So Ethan Swidler delivers another RBI single for the Red Wings, who have scored 3 runs, all courtesy of RBI singles this half inning.
Up for the Red Wings, number 36, Andrew Eppinger.
That will now bring up Andrew Eppinger. As first pitch taken for a strike. That one swung on a miss as well. Count is at 0-2. As that one fouled off. Counts at 0-2 still. So no balls, 2 strikes. That one swung on and missed for the final out of the inning. But the Red Wings put up 3 runs, all on RBI singles. 1 from Boardman, 1 from Swidler, and 1 from Tyler Cerami. 3-1 your score heading to the top of the 6th. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. So we're back here at McDonough Park after the Geneva Red Wings put up a 3 spot in the bottom half of the fifth. They now lead 3-1 over the Auburn DoubleDays. It's LJ Wolf coming on in relief. So it's a bullpen game for the Geneva Red Wings, but so far this bullpen has been quite good for them. In 3 innings of work, only 1 run given up, 3 strikeouts between the entire bullpen as that one swung out and hit into right field. That one's going to get down for a leadoff single for Hazel Martinez. And the DoubleDays have a leadoff base runner. That'll bring up Bobby Stang. LJ Wolf has a 6.0 ERA in 3 innings of work for the Red Wings on the summer, with 4 strikeouts in those 3 innings. So Bobby Stang will step up. So far, not a typical stat line for him as he struck out twice, swinging in the second and the third. Stang, one of the more dangerous bats on this DoubleDays team. That one misses, counts at 1-0. 21 RBIs on the summer for him. Leads the team tied in batting average with Christian Malillo. As Stang will step in, the cleanup hitter for the DoubleDays here tonight. Hazel Martinez sits on first. Fastball misses outside, counts at 2-0 now. And waiting on deck is AJ Wenrich. 3-1 your score. Again, you're listening to Finger Lakes One Radio on the Red Wings YouTube channel. 2-0 pitch from LJ Wolf. Slider almost hits Stang. 3 straight balls to Bobby Stang. And not the way you want to start coming out of the bullpen if you're LJ Wolf. In danger of putting back-to-back runners on. The 3-0. That one swung on and hit foul. A little dribbler down the third base side. As the count's at 3-1. Surprised to see Stang swinging there with a 3-0 count. As that pitch actually did look like it was going to miss a little bit inside. But counts at 3-1. To Bobby Stang. The 3-1 swung on, and that one popped up, and that one foul as well. So after 3 straight balls, 2 straight foul balls from LJ Wolf, the count's full in the top of the 6th inning. That one swung on and hit foul as well. So 3 straight foul balls. The count's still full. That one swung on and fouled down the third base line. So 4 straight foul balls from Bobby Stang. And we'll do the full count again. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Stang in the box. The pitch from Wolf. That one swung on and hit right to the second baseman who flips the shortstop and on to first. A 4-6 fielder's choice. And there's one away. As that will now bring up AJ Wenrich. Dan Munn talking with the home plate umpire. Very close play there at first. And for being 6'4", 215, Stang sure did move it down the first base line and beat out the throw. So score that one, a 4-6 fielder's choice for Bobby Stang. He sits on first base, and that'll bring up AJ Wenrich, who's 0 for 1 on the night. Flew out to left in the second inning and was hit by a pitch and left on base in the 4th. So he'll step in from Georgia Southern. First pitch swinging, and the throw down is not in time as Bobby Stang sliding back in head first. Counts it 0-1, though, to AJ Wenrich. Looked like a routine 4-6-3 double play, but a little bit of a bobble from Ricardo Reyna at second. And Stang beats out the throw down the line as that one swung on and missed. As AJ Wenrich falling behind the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. LJ Wolf on in relief out of the pen. The 0-2. Fastball is going to miss away. That one is going to be a pass ball. And advancing to second base is Bobby Stang. Awaiting on deck is Garrett Prosper, playing first base for the DoubleDays tonight. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count and 1 out. Stepping back in is AJ Wenrich. The 1-2 pitch from Wolf. Swung on and fouled off Swidler behind the dish. So we'll do the 1-2 again. As Ben Julian's going to come in and chat with his batter at the plate. Wow. So AJ Wenrich will step back in. Bobby Stang sits on second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The 1-2 delivery from Wolf. Ooh, curveball just misses outside. Counts now pushed to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the top of the 6th inning, the 2-2, that one swung on fastball, popped up, shallow left field. Underneath it is the shortstop, as that's Cameron Boardman who made the play. Score that one a P6, and there are 2 away. And that'll now bring up Garrett Prosper, batting .250 on the summer for the DoubleDays. He's 1 for 2 on the night thus far. As Prosper will step in. Singled and left on base back in the 2nd inning, and then popped up to the second baseman in the 4th. So Prosper steps in. First pitch from the lefty Wolf. Misses low. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs. Wolf coming set. The 1-0 delivery. That one bounced in the dirt. Good stop from Swidler, who's taken a beating there behind the dish tonight for the Red Wings. As Garrett Prosper will step back in. Prosper from DuBois, Pennsylvania. Plays his college of baseball at the University of Pitt Johnson. That one swung on and hit right to the first baseman, Scalera, who scoops it and steps on first, 3 unassisted. Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Red Wings lead the DoubleDays 3-1. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. we're back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. I'm Kyle French. Bottom of the sixth inning, 3-1. Red Wings lead over the DoubleDays. It's Ricardo Reyna from Vassar College, the second baseman tonight. For the Red Wings, first pitch clips the outer half of the plate, counts it 0-1 to Reyna. So far for him, 0 for 2 on the night. Fly out to left field and a strikeout swinging in the fourth. As that one swung on and popped up. Third base side in foul territory. The third baseman underneath it making the play, as that's Michael Hooley over there for the first out. So score that one a F5. And there's one away.
Now hitting from Quincy, Massachusetts. Number 30, Dan Scalero.
That'll now bring up Daniel Scalero, the first baseman tonight for the Red Wings. Scalero so far 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts swinging. He'll step up for this third at-bat as quickly behind the count 1-2, as that's James Moore on pitching now for the Auburn DoubleDays. So far for James Moore, he is from Colebrook, Connecticut, plays his college baseball at St. Lawrence University and up near the Adirondacks, near Plattsburgh. That one swung on and missed. So we'll strike out for Scalero, his third of the game, as that one now bring up Parker Walsh, who singled and scored in his last plate appearance back in the fifth inning.
For Georgia, number 11, Parker Walsh.
Walsh came into the game batting 193 for the Red Wings. Looking to start something with 2 outs here in the bottom of the sixth. So far, it's been a quick inning for James Moore. Fastball misses way up there high. Good stop from the catcher, Benji Rees. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs. That one swung on and missed. Counts at 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Bottom of the sixth, 3-1 your score. Red Wings lead over the DoubleDays. As that one swung on and missed yet again. Counts at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Moore looking for his second strikeout of the game. Would be the 6th strikeout of the season, as that one misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs so far for James Moore. Has a 6.75 ERA and 8 innings of work. Giving up 14 hits and 6 earned runs, 6 total runs. So all of the total runs are earned. As that one slider clips the outer half of the plate. 2nd strikeout of the inning for the final out. Heading to the top of the 7th. Still 3-1 your score as the Red Wings lead the DoubleDays. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. We're back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. It's Benji Rees leading things off for the Auburn DoubleDays in the top of the 7th inning. So far, 3-1 your score as the Red Wings lead the DoubleDays. LJ Wolf out for another inning of work. The lefty, first pitch taken on the outer half of the plate for a strike, counts at 0-1. So far for Auburn, 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error. And for the Red Wings, 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors. As that one misses low. Good stop from the catcher, Ethan Swidler. Count is at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. No. As Reese will step back in. So far, 1 for 1 on the night. Has reached base in both plate appearances. Singled and was left on base in the second and hit by a pitch and left on base in the fourth as that one's hit right to Ricardo Reyna at second, who throws over to Scalero at first. Score that one a 4-3 ground out, and there's one away. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 9, James Mason.
Next up, the left fielder out of Clarkson University, number 9, James Mason.
So far for him, a pair of pop-outs, one to the first baseman, Scalero, and one to the third baseman, Brennan Stobley. Curveball from LJ Wolf, a lot of break on that one. Counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. As Wolf has settled in, that one fastball fouled off and out of play. So 2 straight strikes to James Mason. Counts at 0-2. The 0-2. That one misses low. And they say he went around. And that will be the second out of the inning. And here comes Ben Julian. As that will now bring up Riley Brody.
The second baseman, number 45, Riley Broadley.
So scored that one a strikeout swinging, drop third strike. As that one's hit down the first baseline, foul by Riley Brody, the second baseman. And don't forget, Brody gave the DoubleDays a 1-run lead and struck first for them here back in the third inning. Hit that monster home run off the scoreboard in right field. Solo shot. That pitch misses for a ball. Counts at 1-1. So far, he's 1 for 2 on the night. In his last plate appearance, he flew out to the right fielder, Andrew Eppinger. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball in there on the inner half of the plate. Counts at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And LJ Wolf, since coming in, 1.2 innings of work, 1 hit, and a strikeout. 19-9 strike-to-ball ratio. That one misses low. Good stop there from Swidler. And as we said, Swidler's been taking a beating all night, but has been very consistent and solid behind the dish. So evened up at 2. 2's across the top of the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. LJ Wolf a strike away from getting out of the inning is Riley Brody, the lefty from Ithaca College, at the dish. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball freezes him and drops in the zone for strike 3. LJ Wolf, his second strikeout, puts down the DoubleDays 1-2-3, heading to the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Wings up to bat. They lead 3-1. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. So we're back here in the bottom of the 7th. Quick work for LJ Wolf in the top half of the 7th, putting down the DoubleDays 1-2-3. They're down to their final 6 outs. Red Wings leading 3-1. It's John Aller leading things off for the Red Wings here. First pitch misses outside. And Ben Julian still letting the home plate umpire hear it here tonight. As James Moore out for another inning of work. Curveball just misses high. Counts at 2-0 now. 2 balls, no strikes to John Aller, who walked and scored in his last plate appearance. 0 for 1 in the night. So Aller will step back in. The pitch taken for a strike. Looked like a changeup on the outer half of the plate. Counts at 2-1 to John Aller. As 3-1 your score. We are in the bottom of the 7th. That one misses for a ball. Counts at 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. The 3-1. Taken on the outer half. Very close pitch there. Counts now full, 3-2. And waiting on deck is Cameron Boardman, who tied this thing at 1 back in the 5th inning. That one swung on and hit up the middle. Center fielder underneath it, as that's Malillo out there in center field. Scored that one in F8. So allowed out to lead off the bottom of the 7th for John Aller. And there's one away. As they'll now bring up Cameron Boardman. Boardman so far tonight has reached base in both plate appearances. Walked and was left on base in the 3rd. And singled with an RBI back in the 5th inning to tie this thing at 1. Curveball, that one swung and popped up. That one into right field. Being called off as the second baseman, Brody. And catching that one is the right fielder, A.J. Wenrich. So quick 2 outs. As that one now bring up Tyler Cerami, the designated hitter from Hilton, New York. Plays his college baseball at Finger Lakes Community College, local community college in Canandaigua, New York. So he'll step in with 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 7th. So far for him, 1 for 3 on the evening. That one swung on and hit right at the shortstop, who fields and throws over to first. 6-3 ground out, as that's Carson Gross over to Garrett Prosper. So the Red Wings go down 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the 7th, heading to the top of the 8th. 3-1 your score. DoubleDays down to their final 6 outs. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. So we're back here at Historic McDonough Park as it's Michael Hooley at the plate. 3 straight balls from LJ Wolf to him as the music being played during the plate appearance for Michael Hooley. The song Cheeseburger in Paradise. Interesting song to say the least. So the count's at 3-1 now. 3 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. As we're in the top of the 8th inning. Michael Hooley will step back in. The 3-1. That one misses, so it's a leadoff walk for Michael Hooley. He'll head towards first, and that will bring up Carson Gross, the leadoff hitter in this lineup for the DoubleDays.
Now hitting out of UNC, number 5, the shortstop.
From the University of North Carolina, switch hitter for the DoubleDays. He'll head to the right side to face the lefty, LJ Wolf. So Gross steps in. First pitch, fastball misses high, counts at 1-0. And for the Red Wings, that's Griffin White warming up down there in the pen. The righty from Delaware, Ohio, plays his college ball at Wagner College Division I program. So the 1-0 pitch from Wolf swung on a missed changeup, fooled him, counts at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Carson Gross in the batter's box, and Michael Hooley drew the leadoff walk, sits on first base. Wonder if they'll have Hooley moving here. Hooley with a little bit of a decent lead over there at first. The 1-1. Misses just below the knees, counts at 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Top of the 8th inning. Fireworks in the background on the 4th of July here at McDonough Park. Wolf coming set the 2-1 delivery. Swung on and that one popped up. This one behind the dish. Swidler will watch that one. Hit off the top of the grandstand here at McDonough Park. So the count's even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. To the batter at the top of the order, Carson Gross. LJ Wolf so far, 2 innings of work, 1 hit given up, and 2 strikeouts. The 2-2 pitch misses. The count's now pushed full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. DoubleDays down to their final 6 outs. As Michael Hooley has a little bit of a lead there. That one misses inside, so back-to-back walks for the DoubleDays to lead off the top of the 8th. Head coach Dan Munn's going to come out and chat with his pitcher, LJ Wolf. Looks like Griffin White is ready down there. We will see. So Dan Munn, the skipper, trots out. We'll talk to Wolf on the pitcher's mound. We'll see if he'll let him keep going. As Munn talking with his reliever. And it looks like the lefty, LJ Wolf's going to stay in for at least one more batter. As it'll be Christian Melillo up at the plate now for the Auburn DoubleDays. Melillo 0 for 3 on the night thus far, but tied coming into this game for a batting average at 348. So one of the top hitters batting average-wise for the DoubleDays at the plate right now. To face LJ Wolf, dangerous spot here. That one misses low. Counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes to Christian Melillo. Flew out to right field in his last at-bat. Andrew Eppinger out there. Infield playing double play ball here. The 1-0 pitch. That one misses high as well. Counts at 2-0, and again, a walk here would walk the bases loaded for Hazel Martinez, and definitely not the place in this order that you want to have runners on base. Martinez waiting on deck, and behind him, Bobby Stang. As Melillo steps back in. The 2-0 pitch. Misses low. Count is at 3-0, and the walk here would walk the bases loaded. In the heart of the DoubleDays order. between Hazel Martinez and Bobby Stang, a combined 34 RBI between the two this summer in 20 games. As that one was taken for a strike, count is at 3-1. That one swung on a miss. Big cut there from Christian Malillo, as he was looking not to just tie this game, but give the DoubleDays the lead with that swing. Counts now full, 3-2. We'll see if Wolf can bounce back. The payoff pitch. Swung on that one, hit out into right field. Eppinger comes in and makes the play. Runners tagging and heading towards third. The throw into third is in time. Andrew Eppinger to Brennan Stobley. 9-5 put out and guns the runner out at third. Michael Hooley didn't have a chance. What a throw there from the right fielder, Andrew Eppinger. And just like that, Andrew Eppinger, and there's two away. That'll bring up Hazel Martinez, and that completely changes the complexion of this ball game. Two away now instead of runners on the corners. Hazel Martinez will step up. Man, Andrew Eppinger with a cannon out there. First pitch swinging, counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Hazel Martinez will step back in with now 2 outs for the DoubleDays. The 0-1 from Wolf. Swung on and that one popped foul, and quickly getting ahead of the count, 0-2. So cue the SportsCenter top 10 music for that play by Andrew Eppinger.
Let's go, Red Wing fans. Let's hear some noise.
And just like that, the DoubleDays almost had runners on the corners. The 0-2 swung on that one, hit right to Ricardo Reyna, who flips over to Scalero for the out. LJ Wolf gets out of trouble, and Brendan Stobley pointing out there at his man Andrew Eppinger in right field, gunning out the base runner Michael Hooley at third. So heading to the bottom of the 8th, Red Wings still lead 3-1. DoubleDays will be down to their final 3 outs. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. So we're back here for the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Austin Miller coming on to pitch for the Auburn DoubleDays in the bottom of the 8th inning as they were held scoreless in the top half of the 8th. That one's going to hit Brandon Jelpe, the leadoff batter. He'll head towards first, and that'll bring up Brendan Stobley now. So the Red Wings looking to add some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th.
Next, the third baseman, number 39, Brennan Stobley.
So Stobley will step in. So far for him, 0 for 3 on the night, looking to change his fortune. And no better time to do it here with a 2-run lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch misses for a ball, counts at 1-0. In the top half of the 8th, that play by Andrew Eppinger out in right field certainly could be the play of the game here, as that double play killed all the momentum of the Auburn DoubleDays in that top half of the 8th. That pitch missed for a ball, 2-0. The pitch from Miller, that one spiked in the dirt. Good stop there from Benji Reese. As the count's at 3-0. Good scoop there from the catcher, as that certainly probably would have advanced Jelpe to second base. So 3 balls, no strikes. The 3-0 taken for a strike. Counts at 3-1 now. So 3 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Brendan Stobley from Franklin Pierce at the dish. Throw over will keep Jelpe close at first. As that one's going to get to the backstop. But nonetheless, it's a walk for Brendan Stobley. Jelpe advances to second, so back-to-back runners get on base for Geneva. And Ben Julian's going to come out and chat with his pitcher, Miller. As that will now bring up Ethan Swidler, the Red Wings leader in batting average. 1 for 2 on the night thus far. Fireworks on Seneca Lake here tonight in good old Geneva, New York. So the meeting over as Reese trots back towards home plate. Swidler will step in. Single with an RBI. That gave the Red Wings a 3-1 lead back in the 5th. And he also walked in the 4th. 1 for 2 on the night. That one, big swing and a big miss from Swidler. Counts at 0-1. Again, nobody out thus far. Jelpe on second. Stobley on first. A golden opportunity for the Red Wings to add some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch, that one swung on and popped, foul, out of play. So Swidler falls behind the count 0-2. And waiting on deck is Andrew Eppinger, the man who made that great play out there in right field to double up the base runners. That one swung on and missed for the first out of the inning. So Swidler goes down on strikes, but that'll bring up Andrew Eppinger, the man with a cannon, as he'll come up with 1 out and 2 runners on in the bottom of the 8th.
Drafted Massachusetts, number 36, right fielder Andrew Eppinger.
Eppinger plays his college ball at NJIT, the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Got his first hit as a member of the Geneva Red Wings in the second at-bat of the summer back in the 2nd inning when he doubled. So he has a chance here, adding some insurance runs. First pitch, fastball, taken for a strike. Actually, that looked like more like a changeup. Counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Eppinger will step back in wearing number 36. And the home white uniforms for Geneva. The 0-1. That one misses low. Counts at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. And the bottom of the 8th inning, 3-1 your score. Eppinger steps back in. The 1-1 pitch from Miller. That one swung on as that fastball jammed him high and inside. Counts at 1-2 now. Awaiting on deck is Ricardo Reyna, the second baseman for the Red Wings here tonight. The 1-2 delivery from Miller misses outside. Counts at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out to Andrew Eppinger. Looking to pad the lead. The 2-2. Fastball misses outside. Another good stop from Benji Reese. Counts now full, 3-2. Crucial stop there from Reese. That would have put runners on second and third. The pitch swung on and fouled right into the backstop, right in front of us here. As the count is now full. We'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Crucial point in this ball game. Doubledays looking to keep the lead at 2 for Geneva. The pitch misses high, and that will walk. The bases loaded with Ricardo Reyna coming up to the dish. So far for him, 0 for 3 on the night. With a fly out to left, struck out swinging in the 4th, and a fly out to the third baseman in foul territory.
Number 3, Ricardo Reyna.
Ricardo Reyna batting .307 coming into the game for the Red Wings, and with the bases loaded and 1 out, we'll see if he can deliver. As swung on and missed was the first pitch of the at-bat. Off-speed pitch, low and away. Counts at 0-1 to Reyna from San Antonio, Texas. Plays at Vassar College. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Another changeup outer half the plate. Counts at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes in and out. Bases loaded for the Red Wings. Staubly on second. Jelpe on third. That one swung on and fouled off. The catcher. And Eppinger on first. No balls, 2 strikes the count, 1 gone. Ricardo Reyna at the dish, facing Austin Miller. The 0-2. That one misses just high and away. Counts at 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Not a bad miss by any means by Miller. Trying to paint the corners here. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Ricardo Reyna goes down on strikes for the second out. As that will now bring up Daniel Scalero, who will look to change his fortune. So far for him, he's wearing the golden sombrero. 3 strikeouts, all of them swinging. But he has a perfect opportunity here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. First pitch taken for a strike, counts at 0-1. Just a little blooper here with score 2 likely for the Red Wings. It's all Scalero needs. The 0-1, that one swung and popped foul, and he's quickly behind the count, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And 2 outs thus far. 10 runners left on base for the Red Wings here tonight. The 0-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Make it 13 batters stranded on base. We'll see if the Doubledays can bounce back down to their final 3 outs. 3-1 Red Wings lead. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. As we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel, top of the 9th inning. Auburn Doubledays down to their final 3 outs. It'll be Griffin White coming on in relief of LJ Wolf. Final line for Wolf, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, and 2 strikeouts for him. So Griffin White comes on first pitch to Stang, misses outside for a ball, counts at 1-0. Red Wings looking for their first win against the Auburn Doubledays on the summer, trying to advance to 5-13. That one, slider drops in for a strike, counts even up at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Griffin White with a 8.3 ERA and 4.1 innings of work. Curveball drops in for a strike, and the count is at 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. And certainly putting away Bobby Stang would be the hardest out of the inning for White. The 1-2, fastball misses high, counts at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bobby Stang, not a familiar night for him. 0 for 3 on the night thus far for the RBI and batting average leader for the Doubledays. The 2-2 pitch, swung on that one, popped up right side of the infield. Underneath it is Scalero. Actually called off by Reyna, who makes the play in foul territory. So score that one, FF4. And there's 1 away, and that will bring up A.J. Wenrich, 0 for 2 on the night as well. So A.J. Wenrich will step up with 1 away. Doubledays down to their final 2 outs. Waiting on deck is the ever so dangerous hitting Garrett Prosper. Down to their final 2 outs. The first pitch from White. Fastball misses high and away. As the pitcher, Griffin White, sitting about 86 miles an hour. The 1-0. That one almost hits A.J. Wenrich. So falling behind the count is Griffin White. Counts at 2-0 now. 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. The 2-0. Swung and that one hit out into center field. And score that one in F8 for the second out. Doubledays down to their final out. A fly out to center field, as that was Parker Walsh underneath it to make the play. As that will now bring up Garrett Prosper. Prosper, the final out at the plate. First pitch to him, swung on and missed. Counts at 0-1 now. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Griffin White coming set. The 0-1. Taken for a strike. Slider dropped in there. And Prosper falls behind the count, 0-2. Red Wings a strike away from their 5th win of the summer. First against the Doubledays. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside. Counts at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th. Doubledays down to their final out. A strike away. Griffin White. Coming set. The 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the tag for good measure. The Geneva Red Wings beat the Auburn Doubledays for the first time this summer. 3-1 your score across the board for the Doubledays. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. And for the victorious Geneva Red Wings, 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors, improving to 5-13 on the summer. Doubledays falling to 10-11, just below 500 for them. So the Geneva Red Wings pick up a win. Their next game will be tomorrow, a doubleheader over at Coburn Park against the Newark Pilots, who have had their number so far this summer. we're going to take a quick look at the rest of the schedule for the week before we let you go. Just looking at a quick look for the rest of the schedule for this week. Again, doubleheader tomorrow. First pitch at 5:05 against the Newark Pilots at Colburn Park. Then they host the Batavia Muck Dogs on Thursday. First pitch 7:05. They'll travel to Falcon Park to meet these Auburn Doubledays yet again on Friday, 7:05 p.m. And then to finish out the week on Saturday, they've got the Doubledays yet again, third time this week, right here at McDonough Park. First pitch 7:05, and then they'll finish the weekend off against the Jamestown Tartar Skunks down there at Dietrich Park in Jamestown, New York. So, 3-1 your score. Geneva knocks off Auburn for the first time this summer. I'm Kyle French, and you got to think, Andrew Eppinger made that great play out there in right field. Certainly is the play of the game in my book. Your final score, 3-1. Thanks again, as always, for tuning in. I'm Kyle French. We'll see you next time on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Geneva Red Wings YouTube channel. Geneva wins this one 3-1. We'll see you next time.